Hello and welcome to today's virtual speaker series with Junior Achievement. Today our topic is going to be selling techniques and personal branding. And I am pleased to be joined by our special guest today, Jeffrey Spiro. Jeffrey has many years of experience with sales, has owned his own business, and is a mentor and often teaches students in selling techniques. Hello, Jeff, how are you?
Doing great, Claire. Pleasure to be here. Hope you're doing well too.
I am very, very well, thank you. And so much for everything you do for Junior Achievement. I know you're a huge supporter of Junior Achievement.
I love it. I think it's a great organization. Been doing it for many years and definitely continuing with it.
Wonderful. Well, I know I wanted to pick your brain today about the topic of selling techniques because I know that you often teach a class and you teach a series of classes to both middle school and high school students and possibly college students regarding climbing the ladder of success. And a lot of our Junior Achievement programs, obviously our students are required to do presentations either about themselves, about budgeting, or about pitches on business plans. So why is personal branding so important?
Personal branding is all about who you are and how you represent yourself to others. It's all about the perception that people have of who you are and what kind of a person you are. I think it's so important to understand personal branding by understanding what branding is. And we are all subject to branding. You go to the supermarket, you walk down, and why do you pick one item versus the other? It's because of the trust in that brand. And that's why you buy that. And I think when it comes to yourself, it's exactly the same thing. It's what people think of you and the trust that they have in you, just as if they would be looking at a new car brand or a cereal box, whatever it might be, from a low-end price to a high-end. Branding is trust. And if you are promoting your personal branding properly, people will have trust in you and they will be calling on you and calling you to ask for your advice and even employment and so many other things. It starts with that perception.
And those are great points. And it's important to remember that branding is something that we do pretty much every single day of our lives.
Absolutely. Every moment of the day, everything is based on branding, and even the TV shows you watch and the people you associate with. And hopefully that's always going to be in a positive branding mode. Unfortunately, some people may go into the negative branding mode because that's what may attract them. But overall, branding is perception of positivity.
So if a student was going to begin to think about their own personal branding, where should they start?
Right away, right now. And I will tell you, I think subconsciously students already do it. I think they do it at a very young age. I think even preschoolers do it with their parents, with their mom and their dads, and by promoting who they are and their branding so that their parents would trust them, whether it be trusting them with a new toy, whether it be staying out with friends longer. I think it's something that's inbred into all of us of showing how our perception is to others. And that branding, we learn, rewards us. If you've got that positive brand, people will come to you and you will be rewarded for it. So as far as a time frame, I think we're already doing it. And to make it even a better branding of yourself, make it conscious. Be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of your own personal branding and what others are looking at you and thinking about you.
And often, our students are asked, in interviews or when they're doing a pitch, the first question may be, tell me about yourself. So what elements should they, or how should they answer that question to focus on the key points in a short amount of time?
Well, if you're talking to anybody who's asking you to tell them about yourself, the first thing you have to do is be honest. This is obviously the start of a relationship or a potential relationship with a person or an organization. And if you're making it up at the very beginning, as we all know, you can't keep that up for a long time. So you have to be honest. And when you're describing who you are to that person, the reason they ask it in the first place is they want to know if it's a right fit. And you know what? It's disappointing sometimes, but not everything is a great fit. So trying to force that fit will only hurt you in the long run and hurt the organization you're talking to. So be honest. tell them who you are and what you stand for. And obviously, it should all be positive things. And what do you want in life? Where's your direction? And what are all the things that this organization is looking from you to see if that's a perfect fit? And if it works, that's great. But I think it's so important to understand it's not always going to be a perfect fit. And then you move on and you learn from that, and you gain that experience. But at least when you walk away, you know you were true to yourself. And I assure you, the people that you're talking to will recognize that, and referrals will come your way immediately.
Right. And often it is an ongoing, you continue to change your brand as you go through your life and your life experiences and your challenges and careers. So it's good to let our students know too that it's okay to continue to change it and improve and receive both negative and feedback from mentors such as yourself who have vast experience, but to know that you do have to adapt also your brand to the situation you're in. So that's key to remember too, that it's forever changing.
Yeah, it's evolving. Okay, I like to look at it that way. You are who you are. Your core is what makes you that person. And what will happen is through experiences, you will evolve into a better brand, a different brand. Sometimes it could be very different. People go through career changes. People go through in school, they change their major. They were going for marketing and they want to become a lawyer. There was something that sparked in their life that caused that change. And that's a good thing. Don't fight that. Examine it and take a look at it and say, okay, is this the direction I want to go in? And if it's in your soul and if it makes you happy, then you have to go for it. And that evolves your brand, making you that much of a better person. Absolutely.
Wow, these are great steps. And I hope our students take note of this when they're creating their own branding. And I know we'll have you back for more sessions, Jeff. So I really appreciate you being with us here today. And thank you so very much.
Thanks, Claire. Thank you so much for the invite. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Have a good day.
You too.